Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. My grandmother used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And somebody who should have kept their mouth shut is Alyssa Heinerschneid, the former vice president of marketing at Bud Light. Alyssa Heinerschneid has been officially let go. That's right. Alyssa Heinerschneid, sayonara, see you later. You are on a leave of absence, which is corporate speak for fired. Woo! It is so wonderful because, you know, it's rare to get a W in this profession. It really is. With all of the corporate press against you, with all of Hollywood against you, with all of politics against you, with all of institutional financial wokeness against you, it's hard to get an actual W if you're fighting for common sense and people to do their jobs in a meritocracy. And now we got it. Finally! Someone has paid for Bud Light spitting in the faces of their customers, and it couldn't be a better person. The scalp of Alyssa Heinerschneid is certainly a good start. Alyssa Heinerschneid, the VP of marketing, who minted the partnership with Dylan Mulvaney, has taken a leave of absence. Okay, let's read this article. Bud Light's marketing leadership undergoes shakeup after Dylan Mulvaney controversy. I'm going to bore you the corporate pablum here and just tell you that this lady, who in her short tenure at Bud Light has led to the absolute destruction of the brand. She just joined the company in June of 2022, so not even a full year. In June of 2022, she has led to the most catastrophic backlash in history for one of America's best-known brands, arguably America's best-known beer brand. She's now gone. Bud Light said in a statement that she is taking a leave of absence. And we communicated some next steps with our internal teams and wholesale partners. We made it clear that safety and welfare of our employees and partners is our top priority. Notice the welfare of our partners, meaning the financial welfare of our partners. The full statement you can find right here in this thread. The full statement is right here. Is a lot of corporate garbage. What's most important is they're talking about adjustments to streamline the structure of our marketing function to reduce layers of our most senior marketers can more closely connect to the aspects of our brand activities. Now, what does that mean? That means too many dumb, young wokesters were operating essentially without the oversight of individuals who actually know the brand and know the customer base. Todd Allen is appointed VP of Bud Light. Todd Allen is an old school Budweiser guy. So this is what happens when you F around, you do indeed find out. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyssa Heinerschneid is certainly not going to be the last person who is going to feel excruciating pain for the partnership with Dylan Mulvaney. And by the way, I want to make this very, very clear. Nobody deserves this more. The reason why is because you can go back into the actual content of Alyssa Heinerschneid and see that she hated her customers and her job. We're doing her a favor by getting her fired. Give yourself a round of applause. You've done the world a good thing. A person who clearly hated you and hated Bud Light and hated their customers is now gone from her job. We've done her a service. Listen.
This hangover. I mean, Bud Light had been kind of a brand of fratty, kind of out of touch humor. And it was really important that we had another approach. But anyway, listen, I'm not going to pretend that there isn't so much more work to do.
Yes, work to do at a company that isn't called Bud Light because you are now fired. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what happens when you hate and loathe your paying customer. I don't care if you're a beer company. I don't care if you're Disney. I don't care if you're Marvel. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the corporate Democrat Party. When you hate your paying customer, you will be destroyed. when you insult the fan base, when you insult the person who makes your life possible, you will lose everything. Expect the backlash. Should have kept your mouth shut. It was actually that interview that went so incredibly viral. And really, this interview, hubris will be their downfall. This interview really led the tip of the spear to sort of be directed at this position, because you've never seen a moment where a person with such a high level inside of the brand, this lady, again, this lady went to Harvard, she went to Wharton, she had all of the famous little letters behind your name that society can offer her. She's not smart enough to not learn the Ritz rule, which is established by the man who started Ritz-Carlton. And it's very simple. The customer is always right. The customer is always right. Serge Ritz was his name. So all of her knowledge and all of her years of it, and her $300 million in student debt couldn't teach her the customer is always right. And also, maybe don't be a hypocrite. Matt Walsh saying, Bud Light executive who came up with the Dylan Mulvaney campaign is now gone from the company. I told you the boycott was working. We got actual results. A victory for Team Sanity. Megan Kelly is saying, Bud Light waves the white flag, ousting disastrous VP of marketing weeks after destroying its own brand by going woke. Let that be a lesson to other corporations. We have had it. Again, I say don't be a hypocrite, because, of course, you've seen photos of that same individual, Alyssa Heinerstein, partying super fratty. Oh, our brand is so fratty. Okay, fine. That's your, you have the freedom to say that your brand is super fratty, but you don't have the freedom to go tromping around Harvard, blowing up pink condoms, chugging beers, slamming beers, and then getting a mustache drawn on you by a Nicaraguan guy. What's that about? That seems a little bit racist. I don't know. You don't get a chance to gag yourself and then throw yourself on a table. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on. The guy's clearly drawing on her face. She's clearly in a kitchen and the guy's drawing on her face. Now, what we do know is going on here is that Alyssa Heinerstein herself was part of a super fratty group at Harvard that was famous for being famous for booze fests and inebriate ditzes. A haven of inebriate ditzes who took part in booze fests. This is what Alyssa Heinerstein did when she was young. The club was called the ISIS Club. Harvard's ISIS Club. No connection to the terrorist group, as far as I know. So for somebody who is so stunning, for somebody who's so brave, for somebody who's here to bring forward a new era for women and beer, Alyssa Heinerstein herself is not particularly brave. Now, if you search for Alyssa Heinerstein LinkedIn, what you'll find is that, and here we are, Alyssa Heinerstein LinkedIn, here's the search for it right now. You'll click on it and you'll find deleted. See ya. Gone. Alyssa Heinerstein's LinkedIn is no more. Now, why would that be exactly? Why would that be? Let's go check here. From Brewbound, Bud Light off-premise sales volumes decline in first week of boycott. My God, cope and seethe. It's rough. It's not catastrophic. Look at these numbers. You're going to be a few weeks delayed in these numbers, right? Because it takes a while to stack up all these numbers. These are the official numbers from Nielsen of Bud Light volume. That means Bud Light being bought. This is the most critical number. 10% drop in Bud Light being sold. Molson and Coors and Miller Lite, so Molson Coors increased sales volume by 5% and by 16.9% respectively. So everything that Bud Light lost, they have gobbled up. This is a disaster. It's a disaster unlike anything I've ever seen in the corporate space, and it's just getting started. It's just getting started. You can see in video after video after video, and they all add up. Yes, this is anecdotal evidence. right? This is one guy at one liquor store saying there's no more Bud Light in the shipments. So they ship me all my beer, and there's no Bud Light inside these shipments. That's not good. There's a bunch of Coors where there used to be Bud Light. This stuff is anecdotal, but you can go through and see just stockpiles of Bud Light to the ceiling at events, at massive stores like this. This is inside of a Walmart or a Sam's Club. More of it. Footage like this, it all adds up. It all adds up. Here you go again. Stockpiles of Bud Light and Budweiser. Even at the smaller liquor stores. This is clearly a small liquor store. Just stockpiled up and then nothing left when it comes to Coors. Miller Lite's all gone. There's the Bud Light stacked to the ceiling. Anecdotal evidence flows in from all around the country because of Alyssa Heinerschneid's failures. Look at this tweet from a couple hours ago. No one in line at the Bud Light booth at the Morgan Whalen concert in Louisville last night. Morgan Whalen concert, Louisville, Kentucky. You'd assume that people would want to buy Bud Light. But no. Check this out. This is from 9:44 p.m. last night, responding to Matt Walsh's tweet. Ooh, man. Okay, so the data is in. The hard industry data and the anecdotal data are all in. And, of course, the non-anecdotal data is in as it pertains to Bud Light's absolute crisis. This is Budweiser's very pathetic and sad attempt at making it up to their customers. They have this Clydesdale running around the country and 9/11 iconography here. I mean, it's like so pathetic. But what's extra pathetic in all of this is how sad they are about what's going on, how embarrassed they are about what they've done. They can't admit it publicly, but if you click on the hidden replies, so what I just did there was I clicked on the hidden replies. Click on the hidden replies, and you can go down to what Budweiser has hidden. So this is what Budweiser's marketing team is hiding. The Budweiser Clydesdale. It's funny. Babylon Bee headline. Budweiser replaces Clydesdales with house dressed as horses. But here, I found this one really interesting, okay? Check this out. Here is just a photo of the campaign. That's it. That's all this is. It's a photo of the campaign that Alyssa Heinerschneid paid for. This is a paid partnership. This is a photo of the campaign. This is all it is. Nothing particularly wrong or cruel or vicious about it. They didn't even meme it. They didn't alter the photos at all. It's just a photo of the literal campaign that was posted. And Budweiser is hiding it from their comments. That's how humiliated they are at the work that Alyssa Heinerschneid has done. That's how embarrassing all of this is for them. I cannot get over the fact that Budweiser on their main account page is now hiding anyone who posts the campaign they paid for. And this is the ultimate point. And it was brought up by this individual on Twitter, Jennifer Say. The ultimate point. Remember the Kendall Jenner ad for Pepsi? They pulled it and the marketing lead was ousted. If you can't do the job, you don't get to do the job. Okay, good. I mean, print it on a shirt. I looked it up and it was actually true. So this is the dork behind all the Pepsi brand. You remember when Pepsi, where Kendall Jenner went and handed a Pepsi? She was like part of a BLM. She's like part of a BLM protest, and she handed a Pepsi to the cop, and then they all partied together. Anyway, so it turns out that the dork who was in charge of pinky ring wearing dork, who was in charge of that, who clearly drinks too much Pepsi himself, that guy was canned. He was fired. See ya. Sayonara. This is what happens. Listen, man, I don't like cancel culture. I do my best to avoid it. But this ain't pulling up some tweet from when she was 14. This is about her activity that she's doing as an adult, professional, 39-year-old VP of marketing. This person is a cancer because she hates her clientele, her paying customers. And when you hate your paying customers, you will lose your job eventually. Unless your business is already too far gone. So this is simply economics at work. This is not cancel culture. But ladies and gentlemen, we remain completely committed to our protest of Bud Light. We shall not stop until they apologize. They will apologize for what they've done, for spitting in the face of their customers, for insulting Christians, Muslims, and Jews, for insulting people who believe in the creation, in how we were created, for insulting the billions of people around the world on Team Sanity. They will continue to pay, and people will continue to boycott Bud Light. This is a good start, but it's not the end. We're just getting started. It's just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, of a beautiful, beautiful moment in American history where the empire truly does strike back, where you draw a line in the sand and you state once and forevermore, F around and find out. It's your boy Benny, delivering you the good news. See ya. Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears, they taste just like sweet, delicious ice cream. Salty, too. We ridicule the establishment and the libs because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you like what you saw, please punch the subscribe button, click like, and ring the little bell so that you know when we're live. Don't you want to know when we're live? And make sure that you subscribe to our email list just in case the plug gets pulled, as tends to happen. If you want to see more of our videos, click here or here. My name is Benny Johnson. Stay free, base patriots.